Well, good morning, everyone. I know some of you are going to be watching this on YouTube in just a minute. So if you are one of those people, we welcome you. But what we want to talk about today is your big event coming up in Canada, not this weekend, but next. It will be the first big Connect event in Canada. There will never be a first again. This is the one. And we all know that have been around for a little while that if you can get people around, the owners, the management, the doctors, the leaders that'll be flying in from around the world, their belief level and their confidence will elevate. So this morning, we're going to hear from some of the Canadian leaders that are helping participate in that event and some of the American leaders that are traveling up. But we're going to start with the president of Canada. She's the president also of Greater Asia, but Lucy has decades of experience. She's been a huge vital role on getting not just one product about to be on the ground there, but she's working on getting a lot of products on the ground in Canada that aren't there now, getting everything set for you guys to explode. So Lucy, tell us about this Canadian event you've got set that you've been planning on for about 6 months that we're headed into now.
I know it's like the train is coming down the track now. But thank you, Todd. We really still need to promote this event. We had a goal to get 450, 500 people there. We're a little bit short. So I know in Alberta, just when we were out doing the meeting, so I need everybody to pull out all the stops because Todd is 100% right. You've got Dr. Strand, Barbara Cox-Lovesey, and Dr. Plant. This is his first big seminar that he'll be at. It's a Connect event. He has not really gone anywhere else for Partner Code. This is the first one, all coming. You've got John Wadsworth and his wife, Amy, who are just, she makes John adorable, let's face it. So it's wonderful to see them on stage. Plus, you've got Todd up there, Reese, and you've got Risha and Christy and Mary and all of our leaders. This is a Canadian event. And I really want to highlight how amazing Canada is and what everybody has accomplished there. We have 168% growth over April last year. Let me repeat that again, 168% growth in sales. And that is amazing. And we do not have drops on the ground. That means really the system of growth is something that everybody has to quietly do. And we're fixing that, by the end of June. The product's being made right now, which is super exciting. It will be probably in the air mid-June, and then it has to go through customs and everything. So it'll be in the warehouse ready to ship by the end of June. So we will do a big Zoom launch then. But what we will do is it's not a new product launch because we're talking about the drop. It's a switch, like Todd pointed out to me, and he's going to help everybody understand how to position that on stage, and everybody will have a heads up. So we will also have some amazing specials over the weekend. We have an opportunity presentation on the Thursday night, and I've tried in a very nice way to say to people, if you're not bringing a new prospect, go out for dinner or something. This is an opportunity meeting, not a training for our existing brand partners. It is for our brand partners to bring new leaders. And on our roadshow, right, Todd, we learned how important it was. And I think, Reese, you've been there as well, and Risha. And Deborah Beta's on, and she can give you definite confirmation. When you have the ability to bring a leader and you're talking to them about the business, then they come and they meet that person. That makes a huge difference. And then I think if they do 200 PV, they'll get a free ticket. If they sign up that night with 200 PV, they'll get a free ticket to go to the Connect event. So that's Thursday night, what our plan is there.
So one more time, just repeat that for all the ones we watch the video. So if somebody brings a guest and that person joins for $29.95 and 200 points, they'll be able to come to the Connect event for free.
That's
over
right.
the weekend.
That's right. Yeah. And there'll be some other little goodies we'll give you as we get a little bit closer. I'll share that. You can share that on the IP call maybe next Thursday morning, Todd. So I'll let you know about that. I'm not going to share it right now, but it'll be something really good that's going to go on over the weekend for Canada too. And we've got some good stuff that's happening in the US, and Dan can get on and share that, but we're going to match that in Canada. So get ready, guys. It is going to be a great weekend. But the panels that we have on Friday afternoon, first of all, Friday morning, I think that you have a training with your group. And that's early. That's in the morning on Friday. That hasn't really nothing to do with us. You can talk with Reese and Todd, and they will put that together. We've got a training room for you. So I don't know what levels you want to have meet you there. You can decide on that. Boxed lunches will be available because in this most beautiful convention center, there's really nowhere to eat. There's like a coffee shop with granola bars downstairs. So we have this $1 million investment that the Canadian government did in the most phenomenal convention center I've been in. And really, there's, like you'd have to drive to go find lunch. So we're ordering boxed lunches. So there's like gluten-free, there's salads for those of you that are on plan, and then there's sandwiches as well. So those will go online today for people to be able to pre-order. And I recommend it just because
Where online, Lucy? Tell us.
it'll go into the Canadian shop. So as soon as it's there, I will send Sarah the link so that Sarah can send that out. And of course, we'll put it in the Facebook for the Canadians. So stand by,
Sarah,
stand by for that one. You'll want to do
show the
that. Okay.
registration for the event in there too for everybody.
Yeah, the other thing that's happening today is there's still rooms available at the Westin Calgary, which is a really nice place to stay. But as of tomorrow, you will not be able to book, or they extended it for a couple of days. So if you've not booked your room, or if somebody's on the fence, just like book it. I mean, it's an amazing place to stay. There are no real hotels close to it's in the Calgary Stampede area. Everybody has to Uber or rent a car, but I know you have lots of friends in Calgary, so I'm sure people will figure out how to ride from the hotel to the event and they can grab an Uber. But Friday afternoon is all long panels, like 40-minute panels, and you've got the executive team, you've got the Canadian top power rankers, the US top power rankers, and then we've got the Wellness Council with Barbara, Dr. Strand, and Dr. Plant, and that'll be hosted by Colleen, who's our wellness on the Wellness Council for Canada. And then, of course, we have Saturday, which is going to be super fun. And we've got many amazing speakers, and we will be then giving people a heads up on the day and night drops. And then Todd will be helping us transition that. And then in the afternoon, of course, we've got more speakers. We have lots of recognition, and this is important for the Canadians. We are going to let even team leads cross the stage. This is our first event. There's been hardly any recognition going on in Canada, and we felt it was really important. So we have a lot of space. So I think if you have team leads and they don't know if they want to go or not, you should say, this is your time to get recognized and cross the stage. It's not going to happen again in the future. We're going to grow big enough that, they'll be stand up, sit down, everybody applaud. But this time they're going to cross the stage. So let them know. And then if you are planning to go, especially for the ladies, you like to know, we have a party on Saturday night, and the theme is red and white. So make sure you go shopping and get your outfit. We will also have some swag there, some t-shirts that say Partnerco Canada, and some sweatshirt and some hoodies and some bags. And the other thing is officer and above, there is a very special dinner on Friday night. And I say special because it's a smaller group, and you get to spend the time with Dr. Plant and with John Wadsworth and his family, and with Katie, and with the top power rankers as well. So if you think that one of your team is going to go officer before next Friday, if you could let Mackie or myself know, we will make sure that we include them. And even the day off, if you just have proof, because I want everybody to have that special time. So that's Calgary Connect. It's going to be informative. It's going to be fun. You're going to hear from these doctors. You guys are going to be experts. And I hope that all the Canadians feel empowered now how to build in June, get ready for the switch, and feel really good about it. Kind of have the best of both worlds, because that's what happened in Australia and it worked well. So here's for doing that in Canada as well. And it's been an absolute privilege to work with the Canadians. You guys, some of you are new to leadership in the industry, and some of you are seasoned. And I've never seen more collaboration in the 37 years I've been in this industry. And thank you to Todd, Reese, and Michelle McKay, and every single one of you that's gone up there to support them. And I'm sure they're very grateful for that as well, because it takes all of us working together. And, we are in momentum right now. It's exhausting. It's exciting. It's fun, but you only get this opportunity. It's, to have it twice in a lifetime is amazing, but you just can't turn it down. When you've just got to run with it and go with it, and it's messy and it's chaotic, but it is so much fun, and it will slow down a little bit, and then you'll be able to enjoy it, and then it'll speed up again. So that's what's happening in Canada. So in the month of July on the ground, we will have day and night drops, and we have optimal M and optimal V. So we'll be able to do some decent packages, some decent smart deliveries, and the system of growth. We will do a lot of training on that when we launch those drops at the end of June or beginning of July. Whenever they're in the warehouse, that's when we'll do it so that people can immediately order and get their supply. You got any questions on that part, Todd, or move on?
No, let's just bring up, Sarah, if you'll unshare myself, and let's just, where all the Canadian leaders can, if they want to speak, and
Oh,
highlight
I
up to
forgot
Lucy.
to share the flyer. Let me put that up there too. So this is
So anybody from Canada that wants to share, I'll just say one thing about it, and that is whoever gets the most people in their organization there wins next year. This is something you have to like really have a directed energy on. I know that it's expensive in in that area. I know the Westin is ridiculously high. The ticket price is actually very cheap for a big convention. The company's going to be losing significant money on this event. So if somebody can't afford to be there, just get Airbnbs off site. Stay 10 miles away in a $99 hotel if there's a such thing. But the cheapest you can find. But Michelle, McKay, or Reese, any of you leaders that are coming from America want to add anything in, then I'm going to be quiet. And any Canadian leader wants to talk can share and ask Lucy questions or share anything you want somebody to see. And
Todd,
What? Go ahead. Go ahead, Fred.
obviously I'm not a Canadian, but this I do know. Been in this industry long enough to know this. Butts in the seat make money. Listen, not everybody at this event will be making six figures, but the six-figure earners will be there. That's called a clue. Go where they are and learn what they're teaching so you can come back to the next event a six-figure earner. It's just as simple as that. Get butts in the seat. Some of my best recruits I currently have is because I got them to Destin, Florida. I paid for them to be there, and now they were doing 30 and 230 packs before they left the building. I'm just telling you, butts in the seat make money, and you can't get into a better event as that one right there. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, just to add to that, Fred, you said you paid for them to get there. That's called reinvesting into your business. That's how you grow your business. That's what we did that time in Orlando, and we started the Airbnbs and all that. It changed our business. But I do want to throw in, and Christy or whoever that knows the Calgary area, the train runs right to the convention center. So you can stay off site and get there very, very easy. I'll let them speak to that. But guys, if you are in Canada, if you're in this northern part of the United States, within driving, I would say you got to fly to get there because this is the launch. You're at the very beginning. So this is a once in our company's opportunity for you to be there and be part of this launch. It is huge. So everything you can do to get there to get your teams there.
Hey guys, I just want to speak for a second from the point of view of someone who doesn't have a team in Canada. I know how quickly this thing is going to take off, and I don't want to be behind. And so I'm going to Canada, not because I have a team there, but because I want to be prepared. I know that we're going to be bringing people in to our team that are in that area. And if I don't get in position to know how to handle that and to start understanding, the dynamics of what's happening in Canada, then I'm behind. So I want to encourage you guys, even if you don't know people in Canada or you don't have a team building in Canada, don't let that be the reason why you don't go. You, instead of investing necessarily in bringing other people, invest in yourself. I'm investing in my business by going to Canada and positioning myself to learn. So I encourage you to do that as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Sherry.
100%. I put out a message to my team yesterday, and this is a once in a lifetime chance to be at the beginning, to be at the launch of a company. We have the opportunity to be we've been the pioneers here in Canada. We've been paving the road for everybody, and it's been a bumpy road, but we are so persistent and consistent in Canada that we can get through anything. And the amount of people that you can get on your team in front of everyone at this event is going to determine your trajectory over the next 6 months to a year. And I know for a fact that when I have been going to the events down in Destin and Orlando, you come back with a whole new light on things. You come with energy, you come with spark. And this being the very first event in Canada, it only happens once. So I don't know why anyone that is within flying distance wouldn't want to be there. This is a huge country and a huge opportunity to put our flag down in the earth and say, we are claiming this as the best company in the world with the best opportunity in the world. We have products that deliver. We have everything that everyone needs and wants. So I would suggest purchasing, to all our leaders, purchase 10 or 20 tickets and just give them out to your new people as they're coming in over the next week, I would say, and just say, you know what? We'll find a place for you to stay. And that train runs all the way around Calgary. So literally you can stay anywhere, jump on the train and get off front door service to the BMO Center. So I am so excited. I think my group is getting sick of me just pushing this on everyone, but I want them to see my excitement. This is a one-time chance to get in front of everybody for the first time, right?
Hey,
it's amazing. I'm so excited. I can't even contain myself.
Hey.
Get the butts in the seats, get the new people, reach out to the people that have been not doing much. This is a chance to reignite their passion for the products, for our community, and for the company. We have something totally unique here, and I've never seen anything like it before. So get people out there from all over the place. Even if you are in the United States, come and join us. We're going to have great weather here in Canada too next weekend. So it's not going to be freezing cold. It's going to be awesome. So I'll let my other leaders talk before I keep rambling on.
So, I mean, Christy pretty much said it all. But what I want to say is I live just like 20 minutes from Calgary, and I've lived in Calgary for many, many years. And so if anyone has any questions about where to stay or how to get, the C train, it goes basically north and south, drops you right off at the BMO Center, and there's tons of different places to stay. I'm like Christy, I am super, super excited. I mean, to be a part of something when it's launching and to be a part of this company to launch in Canada, I'm telling everyone that, you know what, in order to, get what you want, you have to sacrifice. I've gone as far as saying, I don't care what you have to do. You need to be at this event to be able to meet with the people. And Lucy, she talked about me bringing a couple to the opportunity event in Calgary back in, I think that was in
March.
Yeah. And it's so important, man. If you can get people to that opportunity Zoom where they're in front of these people, that's who they want to hear from. And our job is just to be the vessel to get them there, right? And to connect with these people. And it makes all the difference. So, I mean, I'm telling everyone, get guests there. I mean, to be able to get a free ticket to Calgary Connect is a whole nother thing. But to meet with these people and to hear from Dr. Strand and Dr. Plant, to meet John and his wife and all of our leaders, it just makes such a difference. And you are going to skyrocket in Canada. So we really got to just let everyone know across, not just Canada, but like Sherry said, North America, whoever, to get to this event. So I'm so excited. Can't wait.
Everything that Deborah and Christy said, I've been in the industry for 20 years. And I remember in the only other company I've really ever been in, I was there at the first event. And when they say that there will never be another event like it, mark my words. Mark my words. There will never be another event like this where you are going to have the opportunity to connect and visit and learn from everyone, from the ownership on down. And so I just can't stress that enough. But also, I think this is probably, if you are going to attend an event, it's a crucial event for us in Canada from a product knowledge perspective. Like, we build a business selling drops. and the drops that we sell are changing. And it's our responsibility to know absolutely everything that we can about how that's going to change. And this is going to be the place where we're going to learn it. So I just, implore you to, like, I remember going to a conference one time and a girl telling me she sold her couch to get there. She said, I can replace my couch, but I cannot replace this event. And so, like, dig deep and sell 10 boxes of drops. That's $700 minimum. Get busy, get following up, and put some cash in your pocket to come. And I promise you, like message me the Monday after the event, and come to the event. And if you think it wasn't worth it, you can personally message me and I will reimburse you your fee to come. And I've told people on my team that before, and you know who's messaged me? Nobody. Everybody was glad that they were there. It's where your business goes from your head to your heart. And so that's why you need to be there. So that's all I got to say.
Well, and Billy, you were signed up when we did a really small event in Southern Alberta, and coming to that meeting that night is when you actually went to work.
Yeah, 100%. And you never know who you're going to stand in the lunch line and talk to. You might stand and talk to somebody in the lunch lineup, and you get that one thing that person says to you that is you're going to go home, you're going to apply it, and it's going to take you to CEO and beyond. So you just never know, but the only way you can find out is if you get there, get your butt in the seat.
And by the way, if you're in the US with nobody in Canada, all of these principles apply to every big event up and coming, the one coming up in Ohio, PXP in Dallas. Go ahead, Mary.
I hate to sound like a broken record, but these guys are right. Get butts in the seats. These events will change your belief. They'll change your energy. I mean, if I can drive from Canada to Florida, people in Canada should be able to get to Calgary, you guys. This is going to change your business. Your business is going to explode. Grab your husband, throw him in the truck, and get going.
Yeah. And if you hadn't driven there, you wouldn't have been able to grab that big advantage sign and drive that back to Canada.
Yeah, it's true. It's like it's hard to describe, but when you get to an event, and PXP was the first event that I went to, and it wasn't new, but this is going to be different in Canada. This is going to be the first. You need to get, and it's not about just going and, partying and stuff. It's like you get to meet the leaders. You get to meet the leaders from the US. You get to meet Lucy, Katie, the doctors. Like this is going to be epic.
I didn't know how to raise my hand on here. Good morning, everybody. I just want to say everybody's saying everything I would think to say, but these events are huge. And I know for me, like I've been in this industry for quite a while, and every time I attend an event, we all seem to come into these businesses, we get into the business. But when we go to the events get into us. The company, the business, the people get into us. That raises our vision. It broadens our vision. It strengthens us. It gives us conviction, like to rub shoulders and to actually we build this business online, but to actually be in these events and experience the whole effect of everything. I mean, it will be absolutely life-changing. And I'm just excited. And we have something so special here. And Lucy, I just want to say thank you to you. You are amazing. We have the most phenomenal leadership from corporate to our team. Like, I mean, this company is so incredible. I wouldn't miss this event for the world. Back to you.
And Risha, nobody has an excuse since you're having to bus to Mexico City and then fly all the way to Canada, about a 3-day trip.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while, Todd, and it's a very expensive adventure, but I wouldn't miss it for the world. Way back when I came into the industry, our first event was in Dallas, Texas. We were so broke. Oh my God. So I sold some of my husband's tools and I made it. And in comparison, I would have been the position of manager as we are in Partner Co. Well, my belief level skyrocketed because a lot of us in Canada come from little towns. And we go to a little opportunity and a person like Mary says, this is great. And you give your 200 PV. And that's what you have your belief in Mary and the little entourage around you. When you go to an event like this, your mind explodes because you have no idea how big it is. You have no idea the science behind it. And as Carmen was saying, you schmooze with other people in the cocktail lounge and be able to connect with them and be ready to ask questions. What have you done to build your business? What has worked for you consistently that has brought you success? Be ready to ask those questions and be ready to listen. You want to seek those people and level up kind of thing, right? So it's the belief level that's really going to change for you. The following year, when I went back with that company, I was in comparison to be like CEO in Partner Co. So again, you rank up so fast because it drives your inner passion and your inner desire, your inner belief, and you have some knowledge. It drives up that confidence that you can speak comfortably with your prospects about, different scientific points about the products after hearing Dr. Plant, Dr. Strand. So I can't say enough about it to go. If anybody on my team can't make it because of the cost of the ticket, call me. I'll buy your ticket for you. I'll be happy to see you there. We've got an Airbnb. I think we've still got some spots in the bathtub and on the shower and on the floor. We can get people in there. And that's what we did way back when, right? Get them in there. Get them in there. And I'll even pay your train ticket to get to the venue.
Yeah, I was actually able to get a 2-bedroom condo yesterday for half the price of the Westin. So like just shop around. If you don't mind riding the train, just get offside a little bit. Every leader that's ever been in this industry has a story of sleeping in some stinky hotel room when they got started, because we don't really attract people that already have $1 million in the bank. We're attracting people that want $1 million in the bank. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Todd. And what else can you say after all of that? It's something that if you're serious about your business, you should not miss. We only get one chance in life to have that first mover's advantage. It only happens once. And this opportunity, make no mistake, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, this will be an incredible opportunity. But it will never be the opportunity that it is right now at this moment in time. This is crucial. This is our official launch onto the main stage. And we have a chance to have that first mover's advantage, to talk, a generation from now in our business, to say, I was there. I was there when this kicked off. I was part of what began in even humble beginnings. When we're talking 450 people, we should be talking 4,500 people, and we will be. But we have a chance to be first out of the gate and be able to have a story that we can tell. And that goes from the team leads all the way up to the top, to the chairman. So, and the opportunities for collaboration, we just come back from that trip down to Punta Cana. And I got to tell you, the most amazing memories from that entire trip, it wasn't the beach, it wasn't the poolside, it wasn't, the beautiful grass, it was the collaboration with other people, other leaders, things that you learned, things you picked up. That's all things that you will get at this event, because you've got everyone coming in from every walk of life at every level in this company. And it's just something you do not want to miss.
Basically, if you cannot afford to be in Calgary, you have to be in Calgary. You will get more in 3 days than you will in 6 to 12 months if you're not there. That's why you have to be there. Thanks. I'll turn it back to you guys.
I actually can just echo everyone who has been on this call. It is absolutely a once in a lifetime opportunity to be at an opening event here in our own country. Those of us who are born and raised Canadian, it is something that we actually honor. We represent very well. And for Brian and I, we're also going to be celebrating our first anniversary with Partner Co. So that's extra special. But, I want to emphasize the word connect. That is something that's really near and dear to my heart. My brand is Carol Roberts Connect, because that is absolutely what we do in this industry. We connect people, places, events, opportunity, and everything that is included in that. So the people, of course, being able to reach out and hug them. I think that's something we've all been talking about, is like, wow, I can't wait to actually give you that real life hug and sit and talk with you. So again, echoing everyone, and we cannot wait. We are there with bells on.
Promote this morning. Just know, for those of you up there, the thread that wrote yesterday is on Level Up Life. You can share from there. I know Sarah's already thrown it in the chat. Also, Sarah will cut up 6 or 7 little short things with Lucy and the different leaders that you can also use to broadcast out. But I would encourage you to do some lives either by yourself or interviewing each other and get those out. It's not us we're talking to on this IPA call. It's all the ones that aren't paying attention that you now have to go promote to. So you were motivated this morning to go promote to the people that actually need to hear this. All of us are already coming to the event. That's why you're here. We're already committed. We're looking for the uncommitted. So that being said,
that is brilliant, actually. And Todd, I think that, if somebody can't afford to go to Calgary, they need it more than anybody else on this call. Yes. Canada, for those in the U.S., we all know here in the U.S. how inflation's affected every household, that, professional people live paycheck to paycheck because of the cost of living. You got to put a factor of 40% more on Canada because of their exchange rate going on right now. So the Canadians are really struggling. Like, this is high rent district where this event is. So, like, don't let that stop. Like, you gotta figure out this. I always say, if there's a will, there is always a way. Whether it's 10 people in one room, or you're staying off site and training in or driving in, whatever it takes, just get there.
Hey guys, okay. One last reminder, Todd, real quick, is if you can't get there, go to your Facebook page, go to the search bar, type in Calgary, and see if you know people that are in that area. If you just type in Canada, that's not going to get you what you're looking for. So type in Calgary, maybe a couple of big cities around that area. Look for people. Make sure you let them know what's happening. Even if you can't be there, you can be a part of it.
And then, one last thing before we lose you, Lucy, because a lot of this team is now moving into Australia too. So will you give an Australian update and that big Zoom that's coming up tonight? And then we'll make 10 minutes for IPAs from 9:55 till 10:05.
Thank you. Yeah, we just came back actually from Malaysia and from Singapore, where we had our APAC incentive there. So it's bringing all the countries together. And when we first, as we've all been building, many of us have been building PartnerCo for 2.5 years now since it became PartnerCo. And Asia Pacific at the beginning, it was just like, just keep these countries alive, just because to get an MLM license is so incredibly hard. So it was, we know you're not going to have explosive growth. That's okay, but just keep the license because it takes so long to get one. So that's what we did. And we did it for this very purpose, that we believe and we know the industry well enough that a leader will come along and growth will happen. So don't ever think it's not going to happen, because it just happened in Australia. Some company out of the blue closed its doors. Nobody knew. And a surgence of 2 massive teams decided to come to PartnerCo. We did not bribe them. We didn't pay them. They chose us because of the products and who we are. And of course, they met the owners. I mean, you get John Wadsworth and Darren on a call. Who could say no? But it's, they saw the vision of the future because they wanted to build. And that's what you do best. You should be focusing on building and enrolling, and you should not have to worry about the company. Is it going to be here next week? Is it going to be here next month? Our job is to create that stability and build that. So all of a sudden, you've got triple digit growth in Australia and New Zealand. So Darren Zobrist and I are going on a road trip from June the 6th, right after Calgary, till the 18th, and going to all the major cities. Because getting out and, just like you do, getting out and meeting the people want to see, touch, and they want to feel it's real. That's what will happen at the Calgary Connect. They want to just make sure that it's real. And when you feel it, then it becomes real to you as well. So tonight, what they did was they had the ability to get one of the products that was very popular with the previous company. And this product is called More Vitality. And so we're launching it in Australia. It's made in Australia. It's not anywhere else in the world. But if you do have teams there, you probably want to know about it. It's always good to know what's possible in the future. Do we want this to come anywhere? But if not, if anybody wants to be on that Zoom, I put it in the chat. It's there. And if you do have somebody down there, then at least make sure you share the link. I think it's at 10 p.m. Eastern time, which is 8 p.m. Mountain time, which is like 6 p.m. West Coast time. So that's what's happening in Australia. And you know what? Growth. I remember when I was working as a teacher, I was in Spain and I was interviewing for the position of a teacher, and the kids were screaming outside, and it's a private school. And I go, man, they're noisy. And he goes, that's a good thing. That's business. So, yeah, we've got all this growth and it seems like a lot of work and everything, but that's a good thing. We are growing. And we are, I think, if you look at the business from home, we are number 3 of the companies in momentum. So that's a pretty awesome place to be. And really nobody even knows about us. So I thank all of you because you've all made it happen, not us. We're just like behind the scenes, just trying to make sure that everything's working as it should be and trying to deliver the products to you on time as well. So Todd, thank you and everybody else on this team for all you do. And I will see you guys in Calgary Connect. And Sherry, I'm so proud of you that you're coming even though you don't have a team. Big hug to you.